cost last year because it actually happened before we could vote on it, and so I'm asking for actually $2,500 for the funding of Flashbacks. They may, if they don't need the full 25, then we'll cut it back to 2,000. But I'd like to have the 2,500. Some of it depends on the ticket receipts, so it could be less. But I guess I'll put up to 2,500 if we could. I don't have any questions or comments on this.
I don't mind making the expense, but we're going to need to, through the supervisor's office, fully convey that this event is happening, so we can include the Rhinebeck School District and make sure that they bring students to this event.
That's an excellent suggestion, Mr. Nowotnik. Mr. Carroll, sorry, do we know the date?
At the time, I think there was October 20th, I believe.
All right, well, would you undertake, Mr. Deputy Supervisor Willow is absolutely correct.
Right.
We serve 3 communities. We need to get ASAP. Could you do that first thing tomorrow, please? Get in touch. In fact, Pat Rhinello used to be, she's no longer there. I guess she's retired.
No longer there.
Yeah, she's retired. But if you immediately get in touch with the Rhinebeck schools, it's the 4th grade class, and tell them it's available for them. It's for free for the kids, and it would be great to see that Capitol Theater filled. In fact, and if any board members want to come and dress up as colonial artisans, you're more than welcome and meet the kids. It's actually a lot of fun. Okay, any further questions? Can I get a motion to approve?
Was this budgeted? I mean, do we have...
It's part of the Bio-American Community Program, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 2,500. So
Yeah, it's 2,500. Up to 2,500, yep, as amended, thank you.
Well, no, that's not what it says. It says a donation of 2,500. This is for the Council of the Arts, right?
Yes, yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so 2,500, right? Can you change it as amended? Exactly. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution as amended?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great, thank you. Is that everything on our agenda?
No.
No,
We've got
the
a JCAP.
financial audit.
We did. I thought that was Ann.
Yeah, right.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah,
look, that's
Steve.
easy. Here's our financial statement.
I know.
Let's move it along here. Here's our financial statements. They're ready to approve them. I don't know if you'll be able to look at them. Any questions? But we're going to basically approve the financial statements.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Got a motion. Second.
Motion to approve. Yeah.
Yeah. Motion
So
approved. Got a
moved.
second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, fantastic. They are approved. Okay, we're going to try to race through this, so really need to know basis only. Assessor, anything? Oh, you have need to know?
Yes, I have.
All right. Okay.
Okay, good evening again. The final roll was filed yesterday,
Because we still have to go into executive session on top of this.
and 30 days for anybody to file small claims who got a determination from the BAR and are not happy with it. Please check our website. I spent a lot of time today beefing up everything regarding SCARs and the forms and where to file and all of that. 2 more quick notes. I want to...
Repeat what you just said. The BAR findings have been sent out.
Yes, the bar determinations have been sent.
Okay, and so now the deadline for someone to come back for SCAR?
They have to file the petition with the county clerk's office electronically within 30 days of yesterday, so that would be the 15th of October.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Actually, now that you've opened that up, I do have a question. Sorry, get it finished.
Okay?
Sorry, I'll be quick. Did you finish? Are you finished?
Yeah. Well, no, I have a couple other things, but related to the role.
No, go through the things first.
Okay, and I just want to thank the summer interns, Brian and Adiola Okanoya. Hopefully I've got that pronounced correctly. They were terrific. We also were lucky to have another summer intern. I have to thank her and the Association for the Visually Impaired. Her name was Caitlin Grays. She came to us at no charge to the town. The Association for the Visually Impaired paid her, and she's a college student, I believe, second year at University of Delaware, and was delightful.
Wonderful. I&E statements. Did we get all 100%?
We have 4 that
We're
we need.
outstanding.
Yeah, well, those people owe us money, big time. What's happening with that?
Paul and I talked about this earlier.
We're gonna We're gonna talk to Nick and put it on the tax bill.
Are we really? Beautiful. So
I don't
what
think-
are they
I
saying?
anticipated the supervisor's response.
Oh,
It was easy.
This is huge, though. This is huge.
Well, you know,
And these
it's not
people
like
are
they're-
insane.
Well,
Well,
he
we've
just
heard, you
emailed
know-
them, and there's been some, you know.
They're going to pay
exchanges.
they're going to pay their taxes twice.
Well,
Our penalty is 3%.
I have no doubt we'll be served with papers next year when this happens, but it is what it is. So,
All right. And
They
have
didn't
you tried to
provide
call
it.
them?
Oh, we've emailed final notice,
And what do they say?
reminders. We'll get it. We're getting it to you. We'll get it to you. And
So what's our procedure then? We're just going to do it?
we just put it on the tax bill. I mean,
Wow.
we don't, you know, it's the only way.
Wow,
we
this
can
is
do it.
huge.
Wow, huh?
This is
Holy
huge.
cow.
This is down the ride, baby.
Well,
Doesn't
they're
play.
gonna, you know, because it's on the tax bill, they may or may not notice it and say, wow, my taxes went up a lot this year, or they're going to pay Nick a visit and say, hey, what the heck is going on? He's going to tell them, then they're going to call
Are these
me.
sizable properties? Well, just over or under $1 million.
not really. At least 2 are under $1 million, and no.
All right. Well, look, I mean, again, we're not out to get anybody. I mean, but we want information. That's okay,
Like to
Denise.
protect all the taxpayers.
We want to
Just
protect
make
all
it
the taxpayers.
Fair.
Exactly. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Well, keep us posted on that if you would. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finance. Okay. You guys all got something to say tonight.
say.
I've read your report, Mr. Decresenzo. I want you to know that.
As am I.
No, this is just a follow-up on the 2014 audit. So we've moved up the schedule with the auditors, O'Connor and Davies, to start the audit. Their field work is going to start February 16th, which is about at least a month or so earlier. So for that to happen, we have to prepare our schedules and get those ready for them a week before. There's other questionnaires that the board and town attorney has to fill out. So the whole point of that is so that they can present at the April meeting the town financials, and you'd be approving them at the April meeting.
That's fantastic, because that's where we were, if you remember, and that's when they're supposed to legally do. And we need to get back on that schedule, and I understand both the auditors, yourself, Mr. Trenz, you're committed to that schedule.
Absolutely.
And would you please keep us posted on, if there's any miss?
Everybody
And
has,
who-
in addition to field work that both town accountant and myself have responsibility for, the board, town attorney, other
Well,
department
Mr.
managers
Nowotnik, if we have any feelings, we need to let us
Yep.
know, all right?
Already in my calendar.
All right, beautiful. Listen, you also saw my email, read the management letter, and you and the town accountant will get a response to the board on the management letter?
Correct.
Great. Thank you.
And then Paul can cover the in-rem properties that the town took
You
possession.
want to stay there while he does it?
Sure.
All right, thank you very much. Well, so let's go to those and look. So, Mr. Noto.
Well, okay, as I've reported in the past, the judge has signed the order giving us judgment to some properties now. We will be taking title to at least 4 properties.
So can we go through these again? I mean, this is,
Well,
again,
just so you know, I mean, there was a bit of confusion
Right.
with the, anyway.
Page
I can tell you that 76 Inwood, 70 Inwood, and 209 Union clearly,
Page 9.
on page 9, I'm sorry, did not pay, and we have the option of, I can file the deed, and I've actually prepared a deed. I just haven't have it
now, again,
signed yet.
I know we've talked about this, but I apologize, and you know exactly what I'm going to say. So this, again, we talked about it earlier, this poor woman,
Wait, let me finish.
Okay,
So
sorry.
back on the previous, we also took title to a property called Bowman Avenue, which is in Rye Brook, which was part of a development.
Is that page 8?
It's on page 7, I'm sorry, down on. It took us 2 years to get this one for a variety of reasons. Anyway, it's K&M Realty Group, Ltd. So we've taken title.
89 Bowman Avenue?
No, just Bowman Avenue. Just
Page-
Bowman. It's
Page 6.
Page 7.
Page 6?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the bottom.
Wasn't that page 6? You're
Now I'm looking at page 7.
K&M Realty.
It was from 2012 in-rem.
Just $93,000 value? Oh, no, $574,000 value?
No, hold on. No, I don't have the value on this one.
Do you have, looking at page 6, David.
It could be assessed at 574.8. I don't see it has any value.
574.8, yeah.
It was, I think, going to be a buffer for a development project that never
It's
got
an
built.
empty lot?
Yes, there's nothing on it.
But,
vacant land.
This page
I
6
won't
is
get
the
into
one
it,
there.
but, how do we have it valued as
Page 6 is-
574 if there's no value?
Page
Well, I didn't
6.
say there's no value, I'm saying
Property
it
has
might have
value.
had,
Go to page 6.
okay, you're right, page 6, Bowman Avenue, of AV, it looks like of 622. It certainly had value for this development project, because I think it was, no, I'm sorry, 574.8, forgive me. It had value to the development project. I think the village of Rye Brook was requiring a buffer. Now that we've taken title, I would suggest we reach out to Rye Brook and see if they have any interest in it. I mean, I'm not saying,
Where is it?
it's on Bowman Avenue.
Okay.
Right behind.
It's not, I don't think you can build on it. I think it's wetlands or some kind of like flood mitigation.
Literally above.
Town Assessor Knauer, could you please give me an updated value on this
Aren't they
property?
building like a park along there?
Yeah, he was going to do something to buffer his project. He was doing something there. And
I
this
thought
was
this
gonna-
was something built there or
No, not yet, anyway, so.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot.
Anyway, so it looks like we're going to get some properties. The Inwood Avenue properties, I'm told, have federal tax liens on them.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that whoever buys them is going to take subject to Uncle Sam's tax liens. And I understand,
Who takes priority, us or them?
no, Uncle Sam takes, sorry.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Uncle
President
Sam?
Obama
Yes.
over, huh?
Yeah, you are powerful, but you're not more powerful than the IRS.
This is on Bowman?
No, that's
No,
on 70
Inwood.
Inwood and 76
76
Inwood. No, Bowman, there's no, I'm not aware of any tax liens.
So basically,
209 Union is a residential property in Mamaroneck. We've had this conversation.
yeah.
It's,
What is,
it is occupied by a woman.
I know, did Bishop, I thought we were going to reach out to
Well,
her.
we have and haven't
Have we-
had much success.
We've spoken to her?
I have not spoken to her in the last week and a half. I'm going to call her this week, but I'm not optimistic.
Right, that's one of those situations where that's a lot
Nick
of
and I
money
had a lot
for a
of,
person to come up with if
Nick and
they
I
got
have
behind.
been dealing with this for a year.
You know,
now.
but she can, I mean, look, if it's...
I have
is
given
the-
her advice. I've told her about reverse mortgages. I've told her
Is the
about...
value of the home really in that range?
Yeah, it's a
Yes, it's a desirable neighborhood.
it's a
All right,
nice...
well, Bishop, organize a call, can we organize a call with the woman? I want to have one last call with the woman.
I mean, you want to talk to her?
Yeah. I mean, there's no, I mean, we can't, is she
I'm
elderly?
not sure I would advise that. Okay.
Is she elderly? I mean,
How do you
she-
define elderly?
I'm just saying, well,
Because I'm getting old. That used to be a term I used to throw around. I don't throw around.
Ultimately, it's probably a lot of work to get a house ready to sell.
When you hit
and it's
50, I'm
overwhelming.
like, what's elderly now?
makes
You
no
know?
sense.
years
All
older
right.
than you
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
What
you.
about, sorry,
When
what
my
about,
kids say, how old are you? And they say, oh, you're so old. I'm like, I'm not that old. Okay.
what about these other two properties? Bush
They're done.
Avenue?
76 Inwood and 70, the owner said you can have them. We don't care.
All right, and what about 18 Prospect and 31 Bush?
Well, I'm working on those. 31 Bush, he'd made some payments. I thought he was going to come in and make the final payment. I talked to his lawyer today, and he's going to call me tomorrow.
All right,
18 Prospect, I have a legal issue I can't resolve
Okay.
just yet.
all
I'm
right,
working on it.
okay. Beautiful,
So
all right.
that's it.
Excellent, thank you very much, thanks.
And then the 2014 In-Rems were commenced
class of
2 weeks
14.
ago.
And how many,
14.
class of 14, we got 18, you
Only,
say?
we have 18.
That's
In
down
fact,
from,
I
we used to have
already
like
one
90,
pay.
right?
We started at 75 the first year.
Now we're down to 18.
Now we are down to 18.
You
But,
get that in your report there, Mr. Hubert. If
But-
you wouldn't mind, so we're down from 75 on average to
But
18.
Mr. Byrnes tells me that the class of 15 might be big, based on what he's saying. So I thought we were on a steady downward trend, but he said we might
75 to
might get a
18, that,
bubble.
hey, let's get a round of applause for Town Attorney Noto.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to be at the book party when you publish this book.
Well, Nick and I are going to have to write the book together.
Exactly.
You know, Nick really's on the
Well, and that, Mr.
I always send them
Mr.
Nick.
Mecca, did you want to? Yeah, yeah.
I know. Nick has more patience than me, that's for sure. Pay your taxes. At it. He's the buffer. I know.
Do I still?
Supervisor Carvin, members of the Town Council, Nicholas Mecca, and you're right, Paul, because I've worked with many older folks and lots of kids, so I do have a lot of patience. I just want to remind everybody that 2 weeks from tonight is the 30th of September. So it's time, if you're responsible for the bill, you don't have a mortgage or a company paying your taxes, you must pay yourself. So
School taxes, right?
school tax, yes.
That's the big one.
It's the big one, and the schools depend on that money, and the town needs the money to turn over to the schools. So it's a very important payment. Okay, any questions for me?
I just wanted to thank you again for all the hard work you do on behalf of the town.
My pleasure. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Mc. Okay, Crawford Park, Bishop. It's got to be urgent, right?
How about,
Well, the only issue we have at Crawford Park is we're looking at the bathroom renovation. At the pavilion, we had 5 contractors show up. We're trying to pursue that as best we can.
Good. When do we expect to have?
October 3rd is the...
October 3rd is the deadline?
Well, for them to submit.
Right.
And, so we'll have something for you next meeting, hopefully.
Yeah. How are we on the town move? Are we on target?
Ah, that.
Look at that little thing.
Well, surprisingly enough, we are very close to our original schedule. And we just firmed up with the architects today the furniture delivery.
What's the date? Just what's the date?
We're erring on the side of caution. We're going to schedule the move for Halloween.
Oh, that's great. So before end of October?
Yes.
Oh, wow, fantastic. Well, if we can do
Okay.
that, that's great.
And we're very confident that we're going to be able to meet
Yeah.
that schedule.
Mr. Nardi's
Yeah.
and I know Mr. Nardi.
Yes, Mr. Nardi is at every construction meeting. Mr. Villanova, I think, has only missed one. We're on this.
Beautiful.
And to be, for Columbus Day and to Halloween, to have just that
Yeah.
2-week break, that's good for construction.
Okay.
That's really good.
Beautiful.
So when do you want to close and sell on this building?
Good question.
That's a very good point. We should do that soon, right?
Well, the court has to
If-
be here.
If we can...
set up an appointment with
Well, I
Mr.
guess that's the other question. What about the court? Well, we'll have to pay rent for the court.
Right, I had a conversation with the Village of Portchester yesterday on the court. They have yet to have their kickoff meeting for the construction there. We do not anticipate the court will move until probably sometime November, December.
They need a Councilman Nardi, a Deputy
Yes.
Supervisor Villanova, and a Bishop Nowotnik over there. You guys want to lend him your servants a little bit to get that? I'm sorry, Mayor. I'm late joking. It's a little late at night.
We've already had this conversation with Judge Colangelo and with Ann Capisi.
Yeah, they're not worried.
And they, frankly, they are prepared to stay in this building as long as we could do something with the new owner to allow them. So we may incur some rental charge for them to stay here for approximately
We should sit down and, might as well.
Well, the contract has a rental provision.
No, I understand, but I'm saying that we might as well close this contract, no? There's no reason.
Yes.
I also, if we're going to have the conversation with regards to the purchaser, with regards to the contract and the purchaser, we need to have the same conversation with the Village of Portchester.
Right.
Because the only reason why we would be incurring any rent is because the Village of Portchester is not prepared to accept us as per the agreement.
Yep.
So it's not the town. Listen, I'm going to tell you, town of Rye. We follow through. And I'm not saying that we're great or better than, but that's our priority, and there's an agreement in place. Now, whether it's that agreement is priority for us, but it should have equal priority for someone else as well. So, if we're going to incur any rent to maintain the courts, and obviously we're not going to pay rent, but we should not be out of money.
Good.
And I think that we need to have that discussion.
Yep.
And maybe we're going to have to get it on the backside of our rent, the 222 on the third floor, until we're even to be made whole.
Beautiful. I think that makes sense. Good. Thank you, Mr. Nowotnik. Thank you, Deputy Supervisor Villanova. Mr. Decresenzo. Sorry, we haven't made you appointed yet. Sorry. I'd just like to say the same good things about you, Superintendent of Highways Decresenzo. We love what you're doing. It's nothing to do with you, and we're certainly hopeful you'll stay with us. And it is 10-something at night.
Yes. Did everybody read the report?
Yes.
I did.
Did you see the pictures? I don't know if you got the pictures.
Yeah, very nice.
There are cars and people and everybody going over the bridge.
John, more importantly, where are we now with reconciling the financing for the bridge?
Well, I'm going to sit down with the Village of Mamaroneck and see what they come up with, because I know we haven't received any final invoices yet So we have to go over those expenditures, and because I know there's some money that is due back to us and to the Village of Mamaroneck from the utilities companies for the work that we did on their behalf. So that may...
How much we talking?
Could be $100,000.
Wow, fantastic.
Because of some of the work that we did on their behalf when they fixed the utilities.
All right, the way I see it, the bridge is done, and, the Village of Mamaroneck is spot on when it comes to the work that they provide. I would like to have this reconciled during this financial year. I don't want to have...
Oh, yeah, no, it'll be done shortly.
I don't want to have this carry over to 2015.
Excellent point.
No, we'll get it done completely.
Excellent point. Great. Any questions for Superintendent Highways Decresenzo?
Ottoman Kirby's working on the...
We have somebody that's putting together a proposal. I spoke with them yesterday. They may have a couple of questions. I told them to call me anytime, and then if they are, I'll just discuss it with Bishop, and I'll get back to the board. Hopefully we'll have somebody that can get the painting done before the end of the work season this year.
That was my concern.
Yeah.
And that concern is coming true right now.
Yes.
And that bothers me. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. The Town Clerk Vespia?
I submitted my
Yep,
report.
good. Thank you very much. Okay. Councilpersons, Councilwoman Collins?
Yes. I know there's some talk over at Rytown Park regarding the dog policy.
Oh, jeez. Yes, thanks for bringing that up.
And Westchester Health and Life is a publication that comes to most of our homes. And just this month, actually, just arrived yesterday or the day before in my mailbox. And it just so happened that there was a full-page article, and I would just like to read 2 facts from that article. About 4.5 million Americans are bitten by dogs each year. Half of them are children. In 2012, more than 27,000 people underwent reconstructive surgery as a result of dog bites. I myself was bitten by a dog this year, earlier in the spring. I have permanent scars from it. My fear is that we have a responsibility to all of our citizens to be able to enjoy a public park. I am a dog fan. My mother-in-law breeds dogs. My whole family has them. It's just there's a time and a place, and I don't think it's fair to the rest of the public who do not have dogs to subject them to a risk factor that they did not go out seeking when they go running or walking in a public park. So I would just like to go on record that I am in no way in favor of adopting that policy. I know it's not my decision, but I do have a strong feeling about it. And again, that article was from Westchester Health and Life in the September 2014 issue.
Thank you very much for sharing this with us. And Mr. Nowotnik, could you circulate to this board, well, obviously, as you know, our Rytown Park meetings are 6 o'clock on the nights we meet. But secondly, the Rye City is meeting on this issue as well. So if you want to attend, would you do you know the next meeting for the Rye City? Well, when they get, I think they're going to delay it. Right. Well, anyway. Thank you. Any other comments? Thank you.
No.
Councilman Narity.
Well, I have multi-dogs.
You do.
Matter of fact, I got 6. And I agree with her. You don't want to have loose dogs. You know, if City of Rye wants to have dogs running in the park, why don't they do like Portchester did? Get people organized. They got their organization. Get donations. Get funding and build their own dog park. In Greenwich, you can go to Greenwich allows dogs only on leash off-season. On leash is fine because you can control the dog. You can't have the dogs running loose. You got joggers, you're going to have accidents. You're going to have accidents.
Plus you train dogs, right?
I don't train dogs. I do agility and disc. I do agility. I got 3 miniature Aussies. We do agility with the 3, and then my dog, I also do disc, which is frisbee. And one of our dogs, my wife competes with.
Wow.
So.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I hear you loud and clear. Any other comments?
No, that's all.
And thanks for all your work on the construction. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Councilman Neoris.
No comment.
Thank you. Deputy Supervisor Villanova.
Yes, I've said it at our meetings. I've said it at the Rytown Park meetings that I've chaired. And, unequivocally, if you have a dog and it's at Rye-Town Park. It needs to be on a leash. So, I think maybe the way to go is our next meeting is to maybe authorize a letter from the town board. Maybe it's not the entire boards, but a majority of the board. We're not in favor of that. And at the end of the day, the Town of Rye board has a very strong seat at the table when it comes to the operation of Rye-Town Park, and it not only represents one community, but 3 communities, and all 3 communities and their constituents have the opportunity to use Rye-Town Park, and I want them all to be safe. So that being said, I'm not in favor of dogs off the leash. With regards to the bathrooms in Crawford Park, Bishop's exactly right. We're going to see what kind of bids come in. We may need to revisit some opportunity there, but it's still a project that's worthy of our effort, and will provide for a better facility for the residents. And now, in keeping with the tone of bathrooms, also I think it's equally important that the Rye-Town Park Commission visit the opportunity for I know you've already identified capital expense for the bathroom pavilion that's there, but we need to look for a capital expense for the bathrooms themselves
At
Rye-Town Park. They're really lacking. And,
Mr. Nowotnik, is that on our schedule? I don't think it is it?
It is one of the listed items that the Rye-Town Park staff has determined.
Okay.
We have not yet fleshed out
Right.
any of the list,
Okay.
but we do owe that to the Rye-Town
Yeah.
Park.
Right, so that's going to be critical, and I think now is really the time to discuss it, because when we have that downtime with the season's working with us right now,
Yeah.
and especially at Rye-Town Park. I think that's something we can turn around, and we can definitely get that done.
Bishop, would you make sure we try and get that upgraded?
That's going to be critical. In addition, I want to thank Denise Knauer, our assessor. When we interviewed her, I was very straightforward, saying that we're expecting a lot out of you, and literally just tonight, when you with regards to the deferred compensation, this is something that's going to benefit all of the Town of Rye employees, and it's a way that you looked out for the Town of Rye, and I want to thank you for that, because that was very important, and it was something that, I don't want to say it, but I expected that to come from you. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want the Town of Rye employees to get ready. It's only a couple months away, and we're going to be ready for this move. You're going to be very excited. Anyone who wants to stop down and visit any of the employees, the facility is usually open down there. Make sure you grab one of the guys that are working, so he can get you through the area safely. But you can start to see how the offices are shaping up.
Is it shaping up nicely?
Absolutely.
Is that right? Yeah.
You can take a nice
great.
walk around, and when you're envisioning this facility here and how it's going to, each department just comes in together. Really, I'm very happy with the way it's working. The vendor that we selected, Mr. Camilli, has been spot on, and I believe that all the vendors, all the components are coming together very well. Furniture has been ordered and is coming in, and this is going to be a great opportunity. And keep in mind that even when it's finished, it's not finished. We're still going to continue to try to improve the product as well. Again, I want to make sure that the board doesn't lose focus over the next couple of weeks. I know that we're going to be having a special meeting with regards to the tax receiver's position, but it's equally important that we look to see what we can do to change the agreement parameters with regards to Energize New York. That's going to be critical, and I think it's going to be critical for me to vote in favor of something like that, knowing that we have these identifying factors on this agreement that's going to protect the Town of Rye. And lastly, I just want to...
Sorry, before you leave that last point, can I just make a suggestion? I think that who's working with Energize? You and Bishop, Greg. If you can get, Deputy Supervisor Villanova has asked for the things, that we can opine on and parameters. Can we get those to the board as soon as possible? And then I wanted to encourage you, right, and everybody, what do I need in order to make this work for the town? So if you could come back with your thoughts on that, because we, as Town Attorney noticed, we had a short window between now and Tuesday.
Right.
So we need to get this to the board as soon as possible, and then if you again, please outline whatever parameters you think are appropriate.
Consider it done. And lastly, which I think is of significant importance, the Town Attorney Noto, please correct me if I'm wrong, the Village of Mamaroneck has voted to eliminate their assessment department. Okay, and I want to say that is a decision that the Village of Mamaroneck made. Obviously, it's a vote of confidence to the Town of Rye's assessment department, and that the Town of Rye is doing the right thing. But also, the Village of Mamaroneck is understanding the importance of streamlining government, and they would not have done that if they didn't know that the Town of Rye was doing the job right. And so again, Denise, thank you. It's a vote of confidence. I think I reached out to Mayor Rosenblum today, and I asked him to obviously reach out, have his staff reach out to you, and I think that's important to create that level of communication now, knowing that the only assessment department that's going to be associated with the Village of Mamaroneck is going to be the Town of Rye.
No. No.
Well,
the Town of Mamaroneck.
I'm sorry, for Rye-Neck is going to be the Town of Rye.
They're in two towns, so they're adopting the two-town roles.
I misspoke. So anyway, I think that's important. So.
Well, I think the point is they're eliminating the redundancy of having an assessment office when the two towns had assessment polls.
Correct.
Have you told them how much you're charging them for that?
No, unfortunately, you can't.
Right.
This service.
They'll save a lot of money.
And lastly, I just want to once again invite everybody to the Columbus Day Parade, Sunday, October 12th, and we'll be stepping off at 1 o'clock. Right, Hope?
Yes.
Okay, you'll see Hope there.
The corner of 4th Lawn and Westchester Avenue.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Well, this has been a long meeting. Thank you very much, Deputy Supervisor Villanova. I want to echo his comments about Town Assessor Knauer. I want to thank